So we got Jermell Charlo, WBC 154-pound champ. He is going to be facing, guess who? Jeison Rosario. That's who is going to be fighting, Jeison Rosario. So, what do I think about that fight? That one's going to be a slugfest, man. You got Jeison Rosario, power in both hands, strong. We got Jermell Charlo, power in both hands, strong, powerful jab. Jab is sledgehammer jab, yo. I think Jermell Charlo got one of the best jabs I've ever seen. It got to be between Jermell Charlo's jab. I like Errol Spence's jab too, and it's another boxer that got a crazy jab, man. I like Erickson Lubin's jab. Those three boxers got some good jabs, man. Might be a few others out there too, but I can't. They're not coming to mind yet. But definitely Erickson Lubin, Jermell Charlo, and Errol Spence. Best jabs I've ever seen. Some of the best jabs, absolutely, hands down. How do I see this fight going? Well, when Jeison Rosario was fighting J-Rock, he was getting cracked with some good shots. Didn't see him wobble, didn't see him shaky, nothing. He didn't buckle. But J-Rock isn't known for having rock solid power. He has decent power, and he was much smaller. You seen him; he looked as much smaller than Banana. So when you put Banana in there with Jermell Charlo, two sluggers, two power punches right there. Somebody's gonna end up getting knocked down. I don't think it's gonna be any knockouts. Somebody's dropping. It might be Jermell dropping for the first time. It might be Jeison Rosario going down and getting back up. But the thing is, if it is going to be a knockdown in this fight, I see Jeison Rosario getting knocked down first before I see Jermell Charlo getting knocked down. The reason I say that is, I think Banana's his defense is questionable. Because if you watch it, he's a little sloppy. He wings his punches a little too much. Jermell Charlo does that too. And Jermell Charlo also does this little thing where he dips to the left a lot. And if Jeison Rosario, if Banana, he catches it and times it, he might put a couple of good clean ones on Jermell. But Jermell Charlo has better defense, hands down, than Banana does. So Jermell Charlo has a better chance of blocking a lot of Jeison Rosario's punches than I think Banana does Jermell's punches. Maybe he tightened up on his defense. Maybe he's working on that. But a lot of his fights, even in the J-Rock fight, I said, the way Banana fights, it kind of reminds me of a Jaime Munguia in a way. So it's like he gets sloppy, he gets careless, and he can't do that with Jermell. I see it happening though, and that's when I think he might end up getting clipped by Jermell Charlo. And I think if he get clipped, I don't think it's going to be a one shot. He's going to knock him clean out. I don't know. I don't think so. I think he has a pretty I think Banana has a pretty decent chin. Granted, it probably hasn't been tested by the hardest puncher yet. But usually when you see boxers, when they take punches from even the most, the moderate powered puncher and they don't drop right off the bat, they're usually not as chinny as you might think they are. Like a lot of people said that J-Rock is chinny. I don't think so. I just think, like I said, he gets clipped with a lot of shit he don't see. Anybody will drop from shit they don't really see. And like they were saying, Amir Khan is chinny. I've seen Amir Khan take some big punches before Canelo cracked him and laid him out. So I don't know if this whole chin thing. I mean, I would call a chinny boxer somebody that, man, they get knocked out the lightest feather. Like if somebody get knocked out by Paulie Malignaggi with a jab or something, and he only got hit a couple of times and he's knocked out cold or knocked out on his ass, I would say that's a chinny boxer, man. You know, that word is thrown around real, like, loosely in boxing. But, you know, it's each his own. But who do I have winning this fight? My predictions for this fight. It's a hard prediction. Upsets happen. We have seen upsets already with Andy Ruiz and other boxers, Tony Harrison. I think this one has a possibility to maybe be a draw. You might be looking at a draw fight here. I would say, I would call this a draw before I would say knockout. Secondarily, it would be a knockout. And if somebody will be getting knocked out, it probably would be Banana. And I would probably call that like a late round, like a 10, 11th round knockout. That's if he gets knocked out. Anything can happen in boxing. But I see these two slugging it out to a draw. It's Rebel Life Boxing. Be back to me.